Hi guys and welcome. So today we're going to be building a very simple project which shows an interaction of the switch on and off element of a light bulb. So here I have my light bulb as an SVG graphic, and also I have this other element which is a button which take with text switch bulb on. So if I click here on switch on, then the text changes and then the color of the bulb changes to yellow. And if I click on switch off, it will return to its default color. And then also the text returns to switch light bulb on. So to do this, we will use of course HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. And this project is great because it brings together all the interaction and components of CSS, HTML, and JavaScript. So let's get started. I will start by creating my project in VS Code. So I open my VS Code like so. Okay, actually I need a new project. So file, open. So let's open new folder. And then I'll create my new project here as, and this would be light bulb. And I'll select this one and then I'll open it. We don't want to save anything here. So now we have our project folder here. So first we want to create our index HTML here. So we have our index.html and we create our boiler template. And then here we change this to light bulb project. And then can I get a bulb here? I don't know, but this would definitely make it a little bit prettier. Okay, never mind. So inside our HTML, we will put our button. So yeah, we'll put our button here with an ID of light light bulb button. Okay, like so. And then here initially the light is switched off, so we need to switch it on. So this is switch on. Yeah, switch on. And then we also need our SVG element. So I'm going to get it from this website here. I'll just show you. So this website, this is where I'm going to get my SVG element. I'll just copy it here. And then I'll go back to my body inside here and paste it here. So now, as you can see, we have our SVG element. Right. So let's just look how it looks now in our web browser. So this is it. So this is our light bulb and this is our switch on element button. And initially there's nothing here. It's just a button and a light bulb. So next, what we want to do is to also give, maybe I will remove this fill color And then I'll also give this an ID of Light Bulb SVG, like so. And then I will have our script, our JavaScript here. And in this JavaScript, I'm going to, using the DOM API, I'll create a const variable of the light bulb SVG element, and its document dot get element by ID, and then we have this ID for SVG. Okay, and I'll also create another one. So this is light. I'll also create another one for our button element. So that's light bulb button element, and it's equal to document dot get element by ID, and the ID is light bulb button, like this, right? So I am also going to create a function. We also have like a Boolean flag, so that tracks whether the light is switched on or off. So for example, it's called is switched on. So initially it's equal to false, right? And now we are going to create our function. We are now going to create our function that will add to the event listener. So we're going to create it as an arrow function called switch bulb, right? And it's equal to our function, which does not take any parameters, right? Like this. So the thing is, initially our light bulb is switched off, which is equal to false. So we want to create a conditional statement here, which says if is switched on is equal to false, right? Let's change this to switch on is now equal to true, and we take our light bulb SVG element and we add a class list called light on, but we actually don't have a class list CSS called light on, so I'm going to create it now. So inside our head, we will create our style for our CSS here, and we will have our lights on with a fill of yellow. So simply what this is saying is, if the light switch is false, that is, it's still switched off, change the status to true, because now we will add this class list of on of yellow. And then also we also want to change the light bulb button inner HTML to switch off, right? And I am going to add this function as an event listener to our button element. So whenever we click this button element, it will call this event listener. So I will call this light bulb button element dot add event listener, and on click we want to call this switch bulb function, like so. Okay, let's see how it looks like now. And I'll go back to here, and if I click on switch on, it's now yellow, as you can see. But if I click on switch off, nothing happens. So now we're going to create the else code for our conditional statement. So inside here, you will have our else. So else is the opposite of this first statement. It only means that the light is switched on. So if the light is switched on, we want to switch it off first. So we write is switched on is equal to false. So now we change the status to false, right? And we now remove this class list, remove this CSS of light on, and then we change the text inside the light bulb element dot inner HTML. We change it back to switch on. Okay, so now let's go back to our code and see how it looks like, to our browser, and see what it looks like. So here we have our light bulb. When you click on switch on, it turns yellow, and when you click on switch off, it returns to its default color. So basically, this is what our mini project is going to be about. So you have GitHub for desktop already installed on your computer. So the next thing that we want to do is to push this project into our GitHub, and then it becomes our very first project. So you, of course, I mean, like, I know I didn't add that much CSS here, but if you like, you can already have maybe for the button element. So this has an ID of button. We could try to style it up a bit, maybe not too much. I mean, you can customize it any way you want. So maybe I will have a border radius of maybe 5 pixels, and then the border is the border is probably 1 pixel, and the color of gray, and it's solid. And then maybe we can put a pointer. It's not a pointer. What is it called? A cursor? Yeah, cursor. Cursor should be a pointer. Yeah. And then maybe we can also have so we can have this button on hover. Maybe we just want it to change its background color. So I can do perhaps green, and we don't need this anymore because it will be inherited from this plus. So I'll remove this like so. Yeah, so this is, let's see how it looks. So on hover it's green, and when you switch on it's this color. And also you can see the edges of the borderline are a little bit different. Maybe we can also add padding, but yeah, this just to your liking. Just do this to your liking. Maybe I'll add a padding of 5 pixels, like so. And then now you have more space. So when you switch on, it's on and off. And this concludes our first project. I hope you enjoyed.